हेलो एवरीवन। आज हम वॉरेट टेस्ट 4 गैट का पेपर डिस्कशन करने वाले हैं। तो मैं सर ऋषिकेश यादव। मैं आज केमिस्ट्री के जो क्वेश्चंस आए थे उसका डिस्कशन करेंगे। तो जो केमिस्ट्री के क्वेश्चंस है वो क्वेश्चन नंबर 76 से 90 तक टोटल क्वेश्चंस है, उनको हम डिस्कस करेंगे। तो अगर आप क्वेश्चन नंबर 76 पढ़ोगे, क्वेश्चन नंबर 76 ये स्टेटमेंट ओरिएंटेड क्वेश्चन है। इसमें बोला गया है, स्टेटमेंट 1 में बोला है कि मेकिंग ऑफ सोडा वाटर बाय डिसॉल्विंग कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इन वाटर इज ए केमिकल चेंज। देखो, हम सोडा वाटर कैसे बनाते हैं। सोडा वाटर बनाने के लिए वो बोल रहे हैं कि वाटर के अंदर CO2 गैस को मिक्स करो। तो ये एक मिक्सचर है। तो कोई भी मिक्सचर जब फॉर्म होता है तो ये केमिकल चेंज नहीं होता है, ये फिजिकल चेंज होता है। बिकॉज दो चीजों को मिक्स करने के बाद कोई नया सब्सटेंस नहीं बनता है, या केमिकल प्रॉपर्टी चेंज नहीं होती है। तो स्टेटमेंट 1 तो मेरा फॉल्स होने वाला है। स्टेटमेंट 2 में बोला है कि अ केमिकल चेंज इन विच केमिकल कंपोजिशन रिमेन सेम इज अ फिजिकल चेंज। ये बिल्कुल ट्रू स्टेटमेंट है। ऐसा कोई भी चेंज जहां फिजिकल कंपोजिशन अफेक्ट नहीं करता है उसे फिजिकल चेंज कहते हैं। तो हमें सही ऑप्शन पिक करना है। तो स्टेटमेंट 1 इज फॉल्स बट स्टेटमेंट 2 इज ट्रू। ये हमारा करेक्ट ऑप्शन बनेगा। मूविंग टू क्वेश्चन नंबर 77। 77 भी स्टेटमेंट ओरिएंटेड क्वेश्चन है। इसमें बोला गया है कि ग्लास इज नॉट कंसिडर एज ट्रू कंपाउंड। ये बिल्कुल ट्रू ट्रू स्टेटमेंट है। ग्लास को हम सुपर कूल लिक्विड कहते हैं। ग्लास को हम क्या कहते हैं? सुपर कूल लिक्विड। बराबर है कि नहीं? या इसको सूडो सॉलिड भी कहते हैं। और इसका स्टेटमेंट 2 बोला है कि ग्लास इज नॉट हैव डेफिनेट मेल्टिंग पॉइंट। ये भी बिल्कुल ट्रू स्टेटमेंट है कि ग्लास, क्योंकि एक एमॉर्फस सॉलिड है, एमॉर्फस सॉलिड का मेल्टिंग पॉइंट बॉइलिंग पॉइंट फिक्स नहीं होता है, डेफिनेट नहीं होता है। तो ग्लास का भी मेल्टिंग पॉइंट बॉइलिंग पॉइंट डेफिनेट नहीं होगा। तो स्टेटमेंट 1 एंड 2 बोथ आर करेक्ट। तो हमारा ऑप्शन ए यहाँ सही हो जाएगा। 78 क्वेश्चन नंबर 78 में हमें क्या बोला है, देखो। चूज द करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट यूजिंग द कोड गिवन बिलो। बोला गया है कि इम्प्योर ग्लिसरीन इज प्यूरिफाइड बाय वैक्यूम डिस्टिलेशन। ये बिल्कुल ट्रू स्टेटमेंट है। ग्लिसरीन, इम्प्योर ग्लिसरीन एक ऐसा मिक्सचर है जो डिस्टिलेशन अंडर वैक्यूम सेपरेट किया जाता है। बिकॉज अगर इसको नॉर्मल डिस्टिलेशन या फ्रैक्शनल डिस्टिलेशन करेंगे तो ग्लिसरीन का कंपोजिशन चेंज हो सकता है। इसलिए वैक्यूम डिस्टिलेशन के अंदर हम प्रेशर रिड्यूस करके कम टेम्परेचर पे ही ग्लिसरीन को बॉइल करके इवेपोरेट कर सकते हैं। ये बिल्कुल ट्रू स्टेटमेंट है। ग्लिसरीन के अंदर OH दैट इज हाइड्रोक्सिल ग्रुप प्रेजेंट होता है। इसके कारण ग्लिसरीन वाटर के साथ हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड बना सकता है। हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड बना सकता है तो वाटर में डिसोल्व हो सकता है। ये ट्रू स्टेटमेंट बनेगा। वाटर इज अ होमोजेनियस मिक्सचर ऑफ हाइड्रोजन एंड ऑक्सीजन। वाटर एक होमोजेनियस मिक्सचर होगा। अगर आप देखेंगे तो वाटर एक मिक्सचर नहीं है, वाटर एक कंपाउंड है। वाटर क्या है? कंपाउंड है, ये मिक्सचर नहीं है। तो स्टेटमेंट 3 हमारा फॉल्स बनेगा। तो हमें करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट चूज करने बोला है, तो करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट 1 एंड 2 बनेगा। तो हमारा ऑप्शन 1 एंड 2 दैट इज ऑप्शन ए बिल्कुल सही रहेगा, क्योंकि वाटर एक मिक्सचर नहीं है, वाटर एक कंपाउंड है। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन की अगर बात करें, क्वेश्चन नंबर 79। क्वेश्चन नंबर 79 में बोला है कि विच ऑफ फॉलोइंग कंपाउंड्स कंफर्म द लॉ ऑफ मल्टीपल प्रोपोर्शन। देखो, मल्टीपल प्रोपोर्शन में टू डिफरेंट एलिमेंट्स कंबाइन होके डिफरेंट कंपाउंड्स फॉर्म होने चाहिए। तो डिफरेंट कंपाउंड्स में सेम एलिमेंट अगर प्रेजेंट है तो वो मल्टीपल प्रोपोर्शन का एग्जांपल है। तो अगर आप ए ऑप्शन चेक करो तो ए ऑप्शन में आपको मर्क्यूरी एंड क्लोरीन का कंपाउंड दिखेगा, और यहाँ भी आपको मर्क्यूरी एंड क्लोरीन का कंपाउंड दिखेगा। तो दोनों कंपाउंड्स डिफरेंट है बट सेम एलिमेंट के बने हैं। तो ये ए ऑप्शन मेरा मल्टीपल प्रोपोर्शन बनेगा। बी ऑप्शन मल्टीपल प्रोपोर्शन क्यों नहीं बनेगा? देखो, यहाँ सोडियम एंड क्लोरीन है बट यहाँ बेरिलियम एंड क्लोरीन है, तो डिफरेंट एलिमेंट प्रेजेंट है। हमें सेम एलिमेंट के डिफरेंट कंपाउंड चाहिए। ऑप्शन सी में भी देखो, हाइड्रोजन फॉस्फोरस ऑक्सीजन है और कैल्शियम फॉस्फोरस ऑक्सीजन है, तो डिफरेंट एलिमेंट के कंपाउंड्स है, तो ये भी हमें नहीं चाहिए। ऑप्शन डी में देखो, सोडियम ऑक्सीजन एंड कैल्शियम ऑक्सीजन है, तो डिफरेंट एलिमेंट के कंपाउंड्स है, तो ये हमें नहीं चाहिए। मल्टीपल प्रोपोर्शन में सेम एलिमेंट के डिफरेंट कंपाउंड्स होने चाहिए। सो होप यू अंडरस्टैंड। क्वेश्चन नंबर 80। क्वेश्चन नंबर 80 अगर आप पढ़ेंगे तो 80 में बोला गया है कि विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग हैज लार्जेस्ट नंबर ऑफ एटम्स। हमें लार्जेस्ट नंबर ऑफ एटम्स फाइंड करना है। तो लार्जेस्ट नंबर ऑफ एटम्स किसके होंगे? जिसके मोल से ज्यादा होंगे, जिसके मोल से ज्यादा होंगे, क्योंकि नंबर ऑफ एटम्स का जो फॉर्मूला है वो होता है मोल्स इनटू एवोगैड्रोस नंबर। तो एवोगैड्रोस नंबर तो पहले ही कांस्टेंट है, एवोगैड्रोस नंबर पहले ही कांस्टेंट है, तो नंबर ऑफ एटम्स किसके ऊपर डिपेंड करेंगे? मोल्स के ऊपर डिपेंड करेंगे। तो हम ऑप्शन चेक करेंगे, सेटिंग करते हैं। यस। तो अगर आप ऑप्शन नंबर ए देखो तो ऑप्शन नंबर ए में बोला गया है कि 48 ग्राम मैग्नीशियम। तो ए ऑप्शन के अगर मैं मोल्स निकालूं तो मोल्स का फॉर्मूला होता है मास अपॉन मोलर मास। मैग्नीशियम का मोलर मास होता है मैग्नीशियम का मोलर मास होता है कितना 24, तो इसके मोल्स आएंगे 2, तो ए ऑप्शन के मोल्स कितने आए 2। बी ऑप्शन में देखो 71 ग्राम ऑफ क्लोरीन, तो इसके मोल्स अगर निकालू 71 डिवाइड बाय 35.5, तो इसके भी मोल्स कितने आएंगे 2। ऑप्शन सी देखो हाइड्रोजन 4 ग्राम हाइड्रोजन, हाइड्रोजन के मोल्स निकालेंगे तो 4 डिवाइड बाय 2, दैट इज इसके मोल्स 4 आएंगे। और ऑप्शन डी आयोडीन के अगर मोल्स निकालो तो फॉर्मूला बनेगा 127 मास अपॉन मोलर मास, इसका मोलर मास 127 ही होता है, तो इसके मोल्स आएंगे 1। तो अगर आप सारे ऑप्शन चेक करो तो सबसे ज्यादा मोल्स ऑप्शन सी में आ रहे हैं, दैट इज हाइड्रोजन के मोल्स 4, तो हाइड्रोजन के मोल्स 4 आ रहे हैं, तो हाइड्रोजन के नंबर ऑफ एटम्स भी मैक्सिमम होंगे। क्वेश्चन नंबर 81 को अगर डिस्कस करें, क्वेश्चन नंबर 81 में बोला है which one of the following statement regarding cathode ray is not correct, not correct स्टेटमेंट हमें सेलेक्ट करना है, करेक्ट नहीं नॉट करेक्ट। तो टेलीविजन पिक्चर ट्यूब्स आर कैथोड रे ट्यूब्स, ये बिल्कुल ट्रू स्टेटमेंट है। टेलीविजन में जो रेज आते हैं वो कैथोड रे के बने होते हैं, बिल्कुल सही बात है। कैथोड रेज आर पार्टिकल्स ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन, बिल्कुल सही है कि जे थॉमसन कहते हैं कि कैथोड रे जिन पार्टिकल्स के बने होते हैं वो नेगेटिवली चार्ज्ड है। इन absence ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक एंड मैग्नेटिक फील्ड कैथोड रे ट्रैवल इन स्ट्रेट लाइंस, बिल्कुल सही बात है। जब इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड या मैग्नेटिक फील्ड कैथोड रेज के पास में नहीं होता है तो कैथोड रे स्ट्रेट लाइन में ट्रैवल करता है, ये बिल्कुल ट्रू स्टेटमेंट है। डी स्टेटमेंट में बोला है कि कैथोड रे पार्टिकल स्टार्ट फ्रॉम एनोड, ये गलत है। कैथोड रे ओरिजिनेट्स फ्रॉम कैथोड एंड टर्मिनेट्स, एंड होते हैं एनोड पे, तो हमारा जो स्टेटमेंट 4 है ये फॉल्स है, तो हमारा करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट मिलेगा ऑप्शन डी। क्वेश्चन 82 को अगर डिस्कस करें तो 82 में बोला है कि विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट डज नॉट फॉर्म does not form a part of Bohr's model of hydrogen atom। कौन सा स्टेटमेंट या कौन सा ऑप्शन बोर्स के पोस्टुलेट में नहीं है, ये हमें बताना है। सो ए ऑप्शन अगर चेक करेंगे तो ए ऑप्शन में बोला है कि द पोजीशन एंड वेलोसिटी ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन इन द ऑर्बिट कैन नॉट बी डिटरमाइंड बाय साइमल्टेनियसली, ये फॉल्स स्टेटमेंट है, बिकॉज ऐसा बोर्स ने नहीं बोला है, ये स्टेटमेंट बोला है हाइजेनबर्ग ने। ये हाइजेनबर्ग अनसर्टेनिटी प्रिंसिपल का एज इट इज स्टेटमेंट है, तो स्टेटमेंट ए ही हमें फॉल्स मिला है जो बोर्स का नहीं है, बट बाकी स्टेटमेंट भी चेक कर लेते हैं। बी ऑप्शन अगर आप चेक करेंगे तो बी में बोला है कि एनर्जी ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन इन द ऑर्बिट इज क्वांटाइज्ड, ये बिल्कुल ट्रू स्टेटमेंट है। जब भी इलेक्ट्रॉन किसी पर्टिकुलर ऑर्बिट में जब भी इलेक्ट्रॉन किसी पर्टिकुलर ऑर्बिट में रोटेट करता है तो उसकी एनर्जी क्वांटाइज्ड होता है, मतलब फिक्स्ड होता है, ना तो एनर्जी एब्जॉर्ब होता है ना तो एनर्जी इमिट होता है। ऑप्शन सी को अगर चेक करें तो द इलेक्ट्रॉन इन द ऑर्बिट नियरेस्ट द न्यूक्लियस हैज द लोएस्ट एनर्जी, ये बिल्कुल ट्रू स्टेटमेंट है, बिकॉज एनर्जी ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन इज इक्वल टू होता है -13.6 z² अपॉन n²। तो एनर्जी एंड ऑर्बिट नंबर का रिलेशन है इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल का, बट यहाँ माइनस साइन के वजह से हम रेसिप्रोकल रिलेशन यूज कर सकते हैं कि एनर्जी एंड नंबर ऑफ शेल का रिलेशन इनवर्सली होगा, ये बिल्कुल ट्रू स्टेटमेंट है। ऑप्शन डी को अगर आप चेक करेंगे तो इलेक्ट्रॉन रिवॉल्व इन डिफरेंट ऑर्बिट्स अराउंड द न्यूक्लियस, जाहिर सी बात है कि सारे इलेक्ट्रॉन्स न्यूक्लियस के एक ही ऑर्बिट में रिवॉल्व नहीं करते, बिकॉज वी नो दैट इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ऑफ एन ऑर्बिट का फॉर्मूला होता है इलेक्ट्रॉन इज इक्वल टू 2n²। किसी भी ऑर्बिट में कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होते हैं 2n², तो 2n² अगर कंप्लीट होता है तो नेक्स्ट ऑर्बिट में इलेक्ट्रॉन मूव करने लगता है। सो करेक्ट ऑप्शन हमारा बनेगा ऑप्शन ए। 83 क्वेश्चन नंबर को अगर हम चेक करेंगे, 83 क्वेश्चन नंबर में बोला है कि विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग ऑक्साइड इज बेसिक इन नेचर। तो जनरल ट्रेंड ये कहता है कि मेटालिक ऑक्साइड बेसिक होता है एंड नॉन मेटालिक ऑक्साइड एसिडिक होता है। अगर आप ऑप्शन ए चेक करो तो ये नॉन मेटल का कार्बन का ऑक्साइड है जो कि नॉन मेटल है। ऑप्शन बी चेक करो ये पोटेशियम का ऑक्साइड है जो कि मेटल है, तो मेटल का ऑक्साइड बेसिक होना चाहिए। ऑप्शन सी में क्लोरीन का ऑक्साइड है जो कि नॉन मेटल है। ऑप्शन डी में भी सल्फर है, सल्फर भी एक नॉन मेटल है, तो नॉन मेटल के ऑक्साइड जनरली एसिडिक होते हैं, मेटल के ऑक्साइड जनरली बेसिक्स होता है। क्वेश्चन नंबर 84 को अगर हम देखें तो बोला गया है कि क्वालिटेटिव मेजर ऑफ स्टेबिलिटी ऑफ एन आयनिक कंपाउंड इज प्रोवाइडेड बाय। आयनिक कंपाउंड की स्टेबिलिटी किस बात पे डिपेंड करती है? जाहिर सी बात है जो भी आयनिक कंपाउंड होगा, आयनिक कंपाउंड की स्टेबिलिटी एंथैल्पी, लैटिस एंथैल्पी के ऊपर डिपेंड करती है। जितना उसका लैटिस एंथैल्पी होगा उतना उसका ज्यादा स्टेबिलिटी होगा, तो हमें डायरेक्ट ऑप्शन बी नजर आ रहा है, लैटिस एंथैल्पी। मैक्सिमम द लैटिस एंथैल्पी मोर इज द स्टेबिलिटी ऑफ आयनिक कंपाउंड। क्वेश्चन 85 में बोला है कि हमें बेसिस दिए हैं 4, जैसे सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड NaOH, मैग्नीशियम हाइड्रोक्साइड MgOH ट्वाइस, एल्यूमिनियम हाइड्रोक्साइड AlOH ट्वाइस, अमोनियम हाइड्रोक्साइड NH4OH। ये 4 बेसिस दिए, इनको हमें इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर ऑफ देयर बेसिक स्ट्रेंथ अरेंज करना है। वी नो दैट NaOH इज अ स्ट्रॉन्ग बेस, तो NaOH की बेसिक स्ट्रेंथ ज्यादा होनी चाहिए, तो NaOH सबसे ज्यादा हमें दिख रहा है NaOH वन सबसे ज्यादा किस ऑप्शन, एक ही ऑप्शन में दिख रहा है, देखो NaOH एक ही ऑप्शन में दिख रहा है, बी ऑप्शन में, तो बी ऑप्शन मेरा करेक्ट हो जाएगा क्योंकि NaOH सबसे ज्यादा बेसिक होता है। ग्रुप वन के जो भी मेटल्स है उनके जो हाइड्रोक्साइड है वो ज्यादा बेसिक होते हैं, स्ट्रॉन्ग बेस होता है, तो हमें ए ऑप्शन में मिल गया सब कुछ। 86 क्वेश्चन नंबर को अगर डिस्कस करें तो 86 क्वेश्चन नंबर रिएक्टिविटी सीरीज के ऊपर है। हमें बोला है कि विच अमंग द फॉलोइंग इज द करेक्ट ऑर्डर ऑफ रिएक्टिविटी ऑफ एलिमेंट्स। तो हमें पता है कि सबसे ज्यादा रिएक्टिव एलिमेंट कौन होता है, दिए गए एलिमेंट में तो सोडियम लग रहा है, तो सोडियम सबसे ज्यादा होना चाहिए, सोडियम के बाद मैग्नीशियम, तो ऑप्शन बी। सोडियम के बाद जिंक नहीं आता है, सोडियम के बाद मैग्नीशियम, फिर जिंक, फिर कॉपर, ऑप्शन बी इज द करेक्ट। रिएक्टिविटी सीरीज के ऊपर बेस्ट क्वेश्चन है। 87 क्वेश्चन नंबर को अगर ध्यान से देखो तो 87 क्वेश्चन में बोला है कि नाइट्रोजन हैज नो डी ऑर्बिटल इन इट्स वैलेंस शेल एंड देयरफॉर इट कैन नॉट। नाइट्रोजन जितने भी ग्रुप टू के एलिमेंट्स हैं उनके पास डी ऑर्बिटल नहीं है, अब्सेंस ऑफ डी ऑर्बिटल है, तो ऐसा नाइट्रोजन के साथ भी होता है, तो इस रिस्पेक्ट में कौन सा ऑप्शन सही है ये हमें पिक करना है। एग्जिबिट ऑर्बिटल हाइब्रिडाइजेशन, हाउ कोवैलेंसी ग्रेटर देन 5, और ऑप्शन क्या है चेक करते हैं। सी ऑप्शन में बोला गया है, सी ऑप्शन आपको दिख रहा है क्या, यस दिख रहा है। सी ऑप्शन में बोला है कि फॉर्म ऑक्साइड विद ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट ग्रेटर देन 3, एग्जिबिट द ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर +5। इसका करेक्ट ऑप्शन बनेगा डी, ड्यू टू अब्सेंस ऑफ डी ऑर्बिटल। अब डी ऑर्बिटल होने के नहीं होने के बावजूद भी हमारा जो नाइट्रोजन ये +5 ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर फॉर्म कर सकता है। जैसे मैं आपको इसके दो एग्जांपल देता हूँ, एक नाइट्रिक एसिड HNO3 एंड एक नाइट्रिक एसिड का ऑक्साइड जो उसको डिहाइड्रेट करके फॉर्म होता है, विच इज कॉल्ड एज N2O5। तो ये दो ऐसे कंपाउंड है जहां नाइट्रोजन का ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर +5 होता है, हालांकि नाइट्रोजन के पास डी ऑर्बिटल नहीं है। क्वेश्चन नंबर 88, हमें बोला गया है कि प्रोड्यूसर गैस का कंपोजिशन क्या होता है। तो प्रोड्यूसर गैस का कंपोजिशन होता है बेटा CO+N2, कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड एंड नाइट्रोजन गैस के मिक्सचर को हम प्रोड्यूसर गैस कहते हैं, जो कि ऑप्शन हमें सी में दिया। ओके, 89 क्वेश्चन नंबर में हमें बोला है कि विच वन ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज नॉट ट्रू फॉर ब्लीचिंग पाउडर। ब्लीचिंग पाउडर के लिए कौन सी चीज ट्रू नहीं है, तो ब्लीचिंग पाउडर के लिए कौन सी चीज ट्रू नहीं है, तो ऑप्शन ए में हमें बोला गया, ऑप्शन ए में हमें बोला गया कि इट इज यूज्ड फॉर ब्लीचिंग लाइंस इन टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्री। बिल्कुल सही बात है, ट्रू चीज है, डीकलराइजेशन के लिए ब्लीचिंग पाउडर का यूज होता है। इट इज यूज्ड फॉर ब्लीचिंग वुड पल्प इन पेपर पेपर फैक्ट्रीज। बिल्कुल सही बात है, पेपर को व्हाइट व्हाइट बनाने के लिए, मोर एंड मोर व्हाइट बनाने के लिए ब्लीचिंग पाउडर का यूज होता है, बिल्कुल सही बात है। इट इज यूज्ड फॉर डिसइंफेक्टिंग फॉर ड्रिंकिंग वाटर। ड्रिंकिंग वाटर के लिए ब्लीचिंग पाउडर को एज ए डिसइंफेक्टेंट हम यूज करते हैं, बिल्कुल सही बात है। इट इज यूज्ड एज रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट, नहीं ये फॉल्स स्टेटमेंट है। ब्लीचिंग पाउडर को हम एज अ ऑक्सीडाइजिंग एजेंट यूज करते हैं, नॉट अ रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट, नॉट अ रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट, तो ये हमें रॉन्ग स्टेटमेंट मिला है। लास्ट क्वेश्चन, दैट इज क्वेश्चन नंबर 90 फ्रॉम केमिस्ट्री सेशन। हमें हमें बोला गया है कि कंसिडर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स। हमें चार स्टेटमेंट दी है और बोला है कि उसमें से करेक्ट कौन सा है। तो पहला स्टेटमेंट पढ़ते हैं, देखो, द मेन सोर्स ऑफ बायो फर्टिलाइजर्स आर बैक्टीरिया, साइनोबैक्टीरिया एंड फंगा। तो फर्टिलाइजर के बायो फर्टिलाइजर के जो मेन सोर्स है वो बिल्कुल सही बोला है कि स्टेटमेंट वन में कि बैक्टीरिया, साइनोबैक्टीरिया एंड फंगा यही बायो फर्टिलाइजर के मेन सोर्स होता है, ये ट्रू स्टेटमेंट है। बी ऑप्शन में बोला है कि बी स्टेटमेंट में बोला है कि बायो फर्टिलाइजर एंड ग्रीन मैन्योर डू नॉट पोल्यूट द सॉइल, ट्रू स्टेटमेंट है। केमिकल फर्टिलाइजर ही सॉइल को पोल्यूट करते हैं, बायो फर्टिलाइजर सॉइल को पोल्यूट नहीं करते। पोटैश फर्टिलाइजर इवेल्युएटेड एज K2O, बिल्कुल सही बात है, पोटैश फर्टिलाइजर में पोटेशियम का होना जरूरी है जो प्लांट के न्यूट्रिशन के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट होता है, ट्रू स्टेटमेंट है। फॉस्फेटिक फर्टिलाइजर कंटेंट इज एक्सप्रेस एज P2O5, बिल्कुल सही बात है, फॉस्फोरस बेस्ड फर्टिलाइजर में P2O5 फॉस्फोरस पेंटाऑक्साइड होना चाहिए जो कि सॉइल की फर्टिलिटी इंक्रीज करता है। सो अकॉर्डिंग टू मी ऑल फोर स्टेटमेंट्स आर करेक्ट। सो हमारा जो सही ऑप्शन बनेगा, हमें करेक्ट ही पूछा है तो करेक्ट ऑप्शन हमारा बनेगा ऑप्शन डी, जिसमें कि ऑल ऑफ द अबव स्टेटमेंट्स आर करेक्ट। सो इन दिस वे हमने जो आज का जो वॉरियर टेस्ट 4 था इसका केमिस्ट्री पार्ट डिस्कस किया। अभी अल्ताफ सर आएंगे और आपका जीएस का पार्ट डिस्कस करें। थैंक यू।
स्टूडेंट्स सब ओके है, चल रहा है सब ठीक चल रहा है राइट यस ओके स्टूडेंट्स वेलकम टू द डिस्कशन सेशन ऑफ दिस गैट पेपर टुडे we shall start with question number 101 ठीक है that is this section contains questions of history polity and current affairs and some certain questions are there related to geography as well okay so let's start with the first question and it reads Mahatma Gandhi launched the civil disobedience movement in 1930 from where did he launch the movement right we all know this movement which is known as the civil disobedience movement had started with the famous Dandi march of Mahatma Gandhi famous Dandi march and this Dandi march had begun from Sabarmati ashram to Dandi it was started from Sabarmati ashram and ended in Dandi is that very clear and after reaching Dandi Mahatma Gandhi pick up the salt and from there the civil disobedience movement had begun okay so the answer should be Sabarmati ashram okay the question number 102 reads which of the following was the first English ship that came to India well the answer is very factual it is red dragon it is red dragon so you have to remember two things right the very first thing that you should keep in your mind is they have asked the first ship right now, the very first person who came to India for taking permission to establish a trading company, the trading spot of East India Company, was Captain William Hawkins. And Captain William Hawkins came to India on a ship named as Hector. Okay, so Hector ship pe William Hawkins aaya tha, that is different thing. And the very first ship that arrived in India, Sea Dragon came to India in 1601. William Hawkins came to India in 1608. So Hector ship came in 1608, and before a Hector came to India, there was this red dragon that came to India in 1601. Okay, many students were confused in this question, but here's the clarification. Question number 103 reads: the author of the book Kadambani was. See, the answer should be Bana Bhatt. Bana Bhatt was the author of Kadambari. In fact, it is so famous that Kadambari is known as the first novel of the world. You can note it down. Kadambari is known as the first novel of the world. And this Bana Bhatt was the court poet of Harshvardhana. He was the court poet of Harshvardhana. हर्षवर्धना के दौर में बाना भट्ट एक कोर्ट पोएट थे उनके इसके अलावा कादम्बरी के अलावा बाना भट्ट ने एक और बहुत फेमस किताब लिखी है जो कि खुद हर्षवर्धना की बायोग्राफी है जिसको हम बोलते हैं हर्षचरिता ओके सो बाना भट्ट इज अ राइटर ऑफ बोथ हर्षचरिता एंड कादम्बरी ओके स्टूडेंट्स 104 question reads, who among the following was an illiterate? Now, see, if you look at all the four kings of this Mughal reign, you have options Shah Jahan, Jahangir, and then Akbar and Aurangzeb. See, if I have to speak about all these four, out of these four, Akbar was the person who had less formal education, but he had a keen interest in watching. He has a big library, and that's why he was a very good reader, in fact. But in case of formal education, if you see, the very less education received by Akbar. Okay? Then we come to the point. During the civil disobedience movement, the tribals in Chota Nagpur Plateau gave up an opium consumption, right? This is right. Wore khadi, this is also right. Gave up drinking liquor, eating meat. This is also right. So all the three things were done by the tribals in Chota Nagpur Plateau during the time of civil disobedience movement. In fact, the Congress party of that time, Congress party had a very good connect with all the tribal people here. And because of that influence, all these bad habits were so giving up opium consumption and drinking liquor. All such bad habits were given up by these tribals in Chota Nagpur Plateau. So answer should be C, 1, 2, and 3. Moving on to the next question. The capital of the Bahmani kings was. See, initially, the capital of Bahmani kings was Gulbarga. See, Bahmani was a kingdom in southern part of the country. If you look at today's Maharashtra, Andhra, and Telangana region, this region, southern part of Maharashtra, this region, comprising of this region, there was a famous kingdom in medieval time, that is Bahmani kingdom. And south to Bahmani kingdom, we had Vijayanagar Empire. Okay, so these are the few important medieval kingdoms in India. And out of this, these Bahmani kingdoms, they had Gulbarga as their capital in their initial times, but later on they had shifted this capital to Bidar. They had shifted this capital to Bidar. Okay, student. Then we come to the point. Provincial autonomy in British India was envisaged by. See, what do we mean by provincial autonomy? First of all, what do we mean by provincial autonomy? First of all, see, provincial autonomy means the provinces will have all the important powers and freedom to take their own decisions. Now, whenever we use this word autonomy, autonomy means what? Autonomy means freedom, right? So, provinces will be given autonomy. That means provinces will be given freedom to make their own laws, right, on a particular subjects. This provision was included in the Government of India Act 1935. See, in provinces, there were governments formed by Indians. Provincial governments were largely controlled by the Indians. And that's why there was demand that the Indians should get more powers. And in keeping in mind this demand, the Britishers had introduced this concept of provincial autonomy so that Indians will have more powers in their hand. However, these were only nominal powers, right? Governor could overrule any rule, any laws made by this provincial assemblies. Okay. Then moving on to the next question number 108. Who started the Home Rule movement? Now, out of these four people, the Home Rule movement was started by Annie Besant. Now, many of you will ask me that there was a Home Rule movement or Home Rule League started by Lokmanya Tilak as well. Yes, you're right. There were two Home Rule Leagues in India, right? First was started by Lokmanya Tilak and the other was started by Annie Besant. The center of the Home Rule League started by Lokmanya Tilak was Pune, and the center of Home Rule League started by Annie Besant was Madras. Right? So there were two different parallel Home Rule Leagues started during that time of 1915 and 16 in the backdrop of World War I, right? And one by Annie Besant and the other by Lokmanya Tilak. But however, in all these four options, we have only Annie Besant. So Annie Besant should be the correct answer. Moving on to the next 109. Long years ago, we made a tryst with destiny. This is a very famous quote, or we can say a very famous statement made by our first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, in the Constituent Assembly in New Delhi. Okay, so that's why we all know this. This is Jawaharlal Nehru. Tryst with destiny. Okay, 10110. Who founded the Servants of India Society? Okay, Servant of India Society was founded by Gopal Krishna Gokhale to create the missionaries for national service. Okay, 111. The famous revolutionary song Sarfaroshi ki Tamanna Ab Hamare Dil Mein Hai was composed by. See, this song was made popular by Ram Prasad Bismil. You must remember this name. You must have heard about Ram Prasad Bismil, Chandrasekhar Azad, Khudiram Bose, Bhagat Singh. All these were our beloved revolutionaries. Okay, they fought hard for the freedom of our country, right? So, but out of this four, the one who composed Sarfaroshi ki tamanna ab hamare dil mein hai is Ram Prasad Bismil. Okay, who is the founder of Jainism in India? And it's a very simple question. It was Mahavir. Founder of Buddhism was Gautama, and the founder of Jainism was Mahavir. Okay, so here we have been asked the founder of Jainism, so the answer should be obviously Mahavir. Moving on to the next question, student. Consider the following statement. Bhagavad Gita was written during the Gupta period. Well, whether this question is right or wrong, Bhagavad Gita and all these things we believe to be written down, before this Mahajanapada's era. So this seems an incorrect statement. And then they are writing Fahim visited India during the reign of Skandagupta. No, Fahim had visited during the time of Chandragupta II. If you look at the Gupta dynasty, the founder of Gupta dynasty was Shrugupta, then came Ghatotkacha, then came Chandragupta I, then came Samudragupta, and then came Chandragupta II. So when Chandragupta II was ruling over the Magadha Empire, that time Fahim had visited India. That's why this statement is also incorrect, and the correct answer should be none of this. Okay, students. Then moving on to the next question. Which one of the following was not a Chishti Sufi sect? Now, Baba Farooq. Now, what is Chishti Sufi sect? See, if you look at the medieval times, in the medieval times, if you look at the Bhakti and Sufi movements that we studied, during this Sufi movement, right, there were different silsilas, a chain you would say. Okay? There was Chishti silsila, there was Suhrawardi silsila, different types of silsilas was there. That means a chain of followers of a particular ideology. Here, if you look at the Chishti silsila, the very famous saint of Chishti silsila was Khaja Moinuddin Chishti and Nizamuddin Auliya. Right? Even Baba Fariduddin is also belonging to Chishti silsila, and they have asked which is not a Chishti. So here we have Sheikh Bahadur Zakaria. He belonged to basically Suhrawardi silsila. Suhrawardi silsila. Okay, student. Who was the viceroy when Delhi became the capital of British India? Well, this was Lord Hardinge, and it was 1911 when the shifting of capital from Calcutta to Delhi was done. And even there was a very famous revolutionary incident attached to this event, that a bomb was thrown by our revolutionaries on the carriage of Hardinge. However, Hardinge was not that injured. Indian attendant was killed in this particular incident. And the event was this only. This was the event that the capital of India was shifted from Calcutta to Delhi. 116. One of the important factors that led to the Second World War was the humiliating provisions of which one of the following treaties? Well, this is a Treaty of Versailles. After World War One, Treaty of Versailles was signed, and it was a very harsh treaty on Germans. Okay, they were demilitarized. There were economic sanctions on the Germans, and there was a widespread discontent among the people of Germany. And this discontent, this anger, was very smartly utilized by the Nazi and Hitler and its Nazi party, right? And with using this discontent among the people, they came to power. And ultimately, this particular thing led to the World War II. Okay, so there is a connection between World War I and World War II, and the connection is Treaty of Versailles. Okay, student. Who among the following was or were among the factors for England to experience industrial revolution first? Well, the first statement said scientific inventions. Obviously, unless and until you have scientific inventions, how would you have a mass productions? How would you have all those machineries in place? So obviously, scientific invention was an important factor behind the industrial revolution. It had favorable social and political structures in place. Definitely, because of without that, it is not even possible. Navigable river that made inland transport easier. Okay, transportation, all this important thing. Logistics were, very important for that. Four, it had seen a century of capitalist practices. Yes, capitalism का जो एक spirit था Britishers के अंदर, that also led ultimately to the industrial revolution in Britain. Okay, capitalism का spirit means what? People had money, surplus money, and they wanted to invest it. That's it. And if people are investing the money, then it is leading to more companies and more industrial growth. So all the four factors I would say are correct, and that is all of this. Okay? Who discovered the Cape of Good Hope? We all know this, Vasco da Gama. He first came to Cape of Good Hope, and from there he wanted to come to India, right? And he didn't know how to come to India. There was one Indian, Gujarati pilot he met in Cape of Good Hope in South Africa, whose name was Abdul Majid, and he showed Vasco da Gama the route towards India, and then Vasco da Gama came towards India and arrived in Calicut, in today's Kerala, in 1498, and that was the beginning of Europeans advent to India. Okay, especially we start our modern Indian history with this event. So the Vasco da Gama is important here. Okay, 119. Which one of the following statements about the Renaissance humanist culture is not true? Is not true. Okay, what they are saying, they slacken the control of religion over human life. Okay, that is okay. It criticized material wealth, power, and glory. It was concerned with good manners. It believed that human nature was many-sided, right? And they have asked not true. So human nature was many-sided was true statement, should be true statement. They criticize material wealth, power, and glory. This is also true. They slacken the control of this also. It was concerned with good manners. Because Renaissance is a big human change, or you can say a cultural change in the European history, right? And that's why you should go with this answer, option C. 120. Which of the following is not a religion developed in ancient times? So we all believe that the religion Islam, it began in the medieval times, or you can say in the 7th century, and Taoism, Zoroastrianism, and Shintoism. we need to read about it. Just do it as your homework. Okay. 121. Which one of the following is known for the as a Pearl City? So Pearl City is Hyderabad. Okay, Hyderabad. Pearl का एक important trade यहाँ पे बहुत हो चुका है. ठीक है. It was very famous for pearl. Okay, and that's why Hyderabad should be the answer. 122. Which of the following methods are suitable for soil conservation in hilly region? Now you tell me the answer. Anyone present? How many of you are present? Anyone present online wants to give answer for this question? It's a geography question, so I leave it to you. Okay. 123. Which coast of that belongs to Kerala is known as? So Kerala के side का जो coast है, we call it as a Malabar coast. Malabar coast. ठीक है. The cutting of forest leads to what? The cutting of forest leads to what? Soil erosion and uncontrollable floods, formation of deserts, delisting and denaturation, increase to rainfall and humidity. What is the correct answer, students? It's also a geography question and should be soil erosion and uncontrollable floods. National flag of India was adopted on 22 July 1947. Okay. पहले भी ट्राई कलर ही था हमारे पास, ट्राई कलर था और उसके अंदर चरखा था पहले वाला फ्लैग. So the charkha was replaced by Ashok Chakra later on. Okay? And it was adopted on 22 July 1947. Where is in India mushroom rock be found? It is majorly found in deserts, and that's why all the four options we have only one desert, that is Thar Desert. Which one of the following is called Ring of Fire? Obviously, we know it. Circum-Pacific Belt. जो पूरा पैसिफिक का जो सर्कम बेल्ट है, ये पूरा पैसिफिक ओशन है बीच में, ये पूरा रिंग ऑफ फायर मानते हैं इसको. ठीक है. The crop which occupies maximum cultivated land area in India is rice. In fact, it's the most staple rice used in India. 129 says, with which one of the following countries India shares maximum length of border? And we all know it is Bangladesh. ठीक है. Though it doesn't seem like that, but if you look at the entire round, and if you calculate that, it is more than 4,000 kilometers. So obviously Bangladesh shares the largest land border with India, longest. Which one of the million plus population cities according to 1991 census? Well, this is a quite old question that is asking about 1991 census. But if you look at literacy wise, it is Kochi. Okay? Source of river Nile. River Nile का source है students Lake Victoria. Okay, it's a very famous river in Africa. Okay, in fact, a longest river it is considered, and that's why its source should be known. It's Lake Victoria. Okay, student. Which of the following is the appropriate reason to consider Gondwana Rock as the most important rock system of India? Yes, because of the coal deposits. Yes, it's coal reserves. Whenever you read Gondwana rocks, you must remember coal reserves. So they have the maximum coal reserves in India, and we all know the use of coal, especially for the power generation. Where is Mekong Delta located? It is in the southern part of Vietnam. Mekong is a very famous river in Southeast Asian regions. Okay, it passes through very many countries, but its delta is in Vietnam. Okay? In fact, we have one deal with these Southeast Asian countries. Ganga Mekong Convention deal is there. Okay, India's deal. So Mekong River is that much famous in this region, whose delta is located in Vietnam. The two countries connected by a tunnel under sea are England and France. There is a very famous tunnel which connects England and France, which is under sea. Okay. 135. Terraceous deposits are found in, basically they are sediments, and they are found in continental shelf and slopes. So sediment type of deposits they are, and majorly found in continental shelves and slopes. Okay, 136. In which of the following regions tea is grown? See, tea is traditionally grown in Georgia. Historically, Georgia was very famous for its tea production, but in later times, the tea production in Georgia has come down. However, Turkmenistan and Kazakhstan are also the countries where tea is grown, but they are not a major producing country of tea. Even though they are an importer of tea, and they grow their own type of tea, but they are not historically the producer of tea. Okay, historically the producer of tea is Georgia. The waterfall Victoria associated with the river, which river it is? Zambezi river. Zambia बोलकर एक country है अफ्रीका में, there it is very famous, Victoria Fall. Okay, Zambezi River. Which one of the following countries has the maximum time difference from Greenwich Marine Time, mean time? अभी GMT जो है ये आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि यूरोप से स्टार्ट होता है, तो वहां से फिर जितना मैक्सिमम डिस्टेंस जाएगा वो सबसे लॉन्गेस्ट होगा. इफ यू लुक एट इंडियाज मैप, है ना, इफ यू लुक एट नेपाल, श्रीलंका एंड भूटान, which country out of all four countries, which country has the maximum extent towards the eastern side? And obviously it is India. So India's northeast, if you look at, this is more stretch towards east than Nepal, than Sri Lanka, and then Bhutan, right? Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bhutan ends even before the India completes its border, and that's why the maximum stretch of its eastern side is of India, and that's why India should be the answer, students. Okay? Which one of the following planets has largest number of natural satellites or moons? Obviously, it is Saturn. It is Saturn. More than 100 moon it has. Okay. 140 atmosphere exists because of what? Rotation, weight, revolution, or gravitational force. So there are two reasons basically. Okay. One major reason is gravitational force. This is very obvious that because of gravity, all the important gases or atmospheric gases, you would say, they are stick towards the land area of the earth, right? And because earth is so far away from sun, and that's why the impact of sun is not that much on the atmosphere of that much, in the sense they doesn't become very thin and go away, right? And that's why the distance from sun and gravity, they are the two reasons why there is atmosphere exist on the earth, and that's why the D should be the correct answer. Then moving on, the basic structure doctrine was enunciated in the Keshav Nanda Bharati case. So very famous case in India through which basic structure doctrine was emerged. Now what do we mean by basic structure doctrine? See, the matter was whether the parliament can amend the fundamental rights or not, right? क्या पार्लियामेंट के पास फंडामेंटल राइट्स को अमेंड करने की पावर है, ये सारा था मामला. पहले सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जब ये मामला गया था, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बोला था कि हाँ है, बाद में गया तो बोला कि नहीं है. तो इस तरीके से बहुत सारे जजमेंट सुप्रीम कोर्ट के या फिर पार्लियामेंट के, पार्लियामेंट ने इनफैक्ट बिल पास किया था इसके अगेंस्ट सुप्रीम कोर्ट के डिसीजन को ओवरटर्न करने के लिए कि नहीं, पार्लियामेंट के पास भी फंडामेंटल राइट्स को बदलने की पावर है. फाइनली केशवानंद भारती केस आया, और केशवानंद भारती केस में एक मिडिल ग्राउंड निकालने की कोशिश की गई, और ये मिडिल ग्राउंड ये था कि यस, पार्लियामेंट डज हैव द पावर टू अमेंड द फंडामेंटल राइट्स, बट सब्जेक्ट टू बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर. सब्जेक्ट टू व्हाट? बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर. नो, व्हाट इज दिस बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर? बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर मतलब एकदम बुनियादी जो प्रिंसिपल्स है हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के, उसको हम बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर बोलेंगे. मीनिंग ये था कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ये कहना चाह रहे हैं कि आपको कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में जो बदलना है आप बदल सकते हैं, आप पार्लियामेंट के पास इसका पूरा राइट है दैट they can make amendments in the constitution, but the parliament cannot disturb or cannot touch the basic fundamentals of our constitution. Like for example, federalism. Parliament can amend the constitution, can amend the fundamental rights, but it cannot amend the federal structure of our country, because federal structure is considered a basic structure, basic doctrine of our constitution. Secularism, for example, secularism is also a part of basic structure. So there are many things which are categorized as basic structure doctrine, right? And they cannot be amended. So basically, what is a conclusion? The conclusion is Parliament can amend the constitution, Parliament can amend the fundamental rights, but Parliament, while doing so, has to make sure that they are not impacting or they are not touching the basic structure of the constitution. Is that clear, student? And this doctrine was emerging Keshavananda Bharati case. The 7th schedule in Indian Constitution of India contains the union list, state list, and the concurrent list. So we all know as there are 12 schedules in the Indian Constitution. Schedules are basically a database of Indian Constitution, right? All the extra information or the factual information which are not possible to mention in the articles are mentioned in the schedules. Originally, when the Constitution was made, there were 8 schedules, and later on the number was increased to 12, right? And out of these 12 schedules, one schedule that we have is 7th schedule that enlists the lists. Okay, union list, state list, and the concurrent list. Okay, student. Basically, union list में वो सब्जेक्ट है जिस पे यूनियन लेजिस्लेचर लॉ बना सकता है, स्टेट लिस्ट में वो सब्जेक्ट होता है जिस पर स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर लॉ बना सकता है, और कॉन्करेंट लिस्ट के सब्जेक्ट ऐसे होते हैं जिस पर दोनों लॉ बना सकते हैं. ठीक है, यूनियन भी बना सकता है, स्टेट भी बना सकता है. सो as we are like a federal system, there is a power sharing between center and state. which power the center possesses and which powers the state possesses, they are clearly defined under this schedule number 7. For example, defense, communication, banking system, international relations, all these are union subjects. So they will be enumerated in the union list. On the other hand, if you look at police, law and order, land, agriculture, these are the state subjects. So they will be enumerated in the state list. And those subjects on which both the center and the state can make laws, they are enumerated in the concurrent list, majorly having personal matters, personal things like marriage, divorce, inheritance, etc. Right? Concurrent list means what? If center can also make a law, state can also make a law. But however, when there is a conflict between the center and state regarding a subject of concurrent list, for example, if center and state both makes a law on a common subject of concurrent list, then the law made by center will prevail. Okay, that law made by center will overcome. Is that clear? 143 says, fourth schedule of the Indian Constitution deals with students allocation of seats in the Council of States. Basically, Council of States मतलब हमारा राज्यसभा. Council of State मतलब क्या? हमारा राज्यसभा. देखो, लोकसभा के मेंबर्स डायरेक्टली इलेक्टेड बाय द पीपल होते हैं. ओके, हाउएवर राज्यसभा के मेंबर्स राज्यों के द्वारा चुनकर जाते हैं. मतलब राज्य की जो असेंबली होती है वो चुनते हैं कि राज्यसभा के मेंबर्स कौन. They are not directly elected by the people. The member of Rajya Sabha are not directly elected by the people. However, you can say they are indirectly elected. Now, indirectly elected by whom? By the state legislative assembly. Okay, the members of state legislative assembly votes in the election of Rajya Sabha MP. And there are total 245 members in Rajya Sabha at present. The total strength is obviously 250. But at present there are 245 members, and out of these 245 members, allocation is given to different states. हर स्टेट को ये 245 में से allocation मिला कि इस स्टेट से इतने जाएंगे, उस स्टेट से उतने जाएंगे, and this allocation is given on the basis of the population of the state students. All right, unlike अमेरिका में का जो सीनेट है, मतलब उनका जो राज्यसभा, अमेरिका में 50 स्टेट है और सीनेट में 100 मेंबर्स, और हर स्टेट से 2 मेंबर जाते हैं. So in America, in their Rajya Sabha, they have equal representation. अमेरिका में सारे राज्यों को equal representation है, irrespective of the population, irrespective of the region, etc. But however, in India, we have the allocation of seats in Rajya Sabha to different states based on their population. जिस स्टेट का पॉपुलेशन जितना ज्यादा, उतने ज्यादा नंबर ऑफ सीट उस स्टेट से राज्यसभा में जाते हैं आउट ऑफ दिस 45. फॉर एग्जांपल, यूपी का पॉपुलेशन सबसे हाईएस्ट है, तो यूपी से 31 मेंबर जाते हैं. गोवा, त्रिपुरा, मणिपुर से एक मेंबर जाते हैं. सो जिस स्टेट का जितना पॉपुलेशन होगा उसके उतने मेंबर रहेंगे. और ये जो पूरी लिस्ट है कि कौन से स्टेट से कितने मेंबर राज्यसभा में जाते हैं, ये पूरी लिस्ट शेड्यूल नंबर 4 में मेंशन है. ओके स्टूडेंट, एंटोनी डी मेलो ट्रॉफी एसोसिएटेड विद द टेस्ट क्रिकेट सीरीज प्लेड बिटवीन इंडिया एंड इंग्लैंड स्टूडेंट्स. ठीक है, हाँ. 145 who deployed Mi-17 helicopter to control the Bisnar Wildlife Sanctuary. Okay, so this was obviously Indian Air Force. Okay, which Indian institution played an important role in Sri Ram Surya Tilak program in Ayodhya? It was Students Indian Institute of Astrophysics. Okay, from which state did PM Modi release the 19th installment of PM Kisan Samman Nidhi? So also known as PM Kisan. This scheme is shortly known as PM Kisan. PM Kisan. Okay, through which every farmer in India gets 6,000 rupees per year. 6,000 rupees per year in installments. In installments, 2,000 की installment, 3 installment होते हैं. ठीक है, तो 19 installment जो था अभी प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने ये बिहार से लॉन्च किया था. स्टूडेंट, moving on, 148. What is the name given to the torch of the 30th national game? The name was Tejaswini. Student. Okay, which Indian won the bronze medal in the World Junior Squash Championship? It was Shaurya Baba. Okay, you will have to tell me where did this World Junior Squash Championship held in 2024? It's your job to do. 150. Which is the first state in independent India to implement the Uniform Civil Code? And the answer must be Uttarakhand. If they had framed the question like which of the following was the first state in India to bring the Uniform Civil Code, then answer must be Goa. Goa has Uniform Civil Code even before independence. Even before independence, right? But they have asked question that which is the first state in independent India. So whenever you come across such question, you have to read the question very carefully, right? That they have asked overall or they are asking after independence. So they have explicitly mentioned that they are asking about independent India. So after independence, which was the first state to bring in uniform civil code, and it was Uttarakhand. In fact, recently only Uttarakhand has brought the uniform civil code. Now, what is uniform civil code? There are two codes in India. One is criminal matter, and the other is civil matter. Criminal matters or
अल्ताफ सर मेरे
criminal
को
law.
होस्ट बनाना इसमें ये वाले
क्या बोले? Hello. Yes. Criminal matters or criminal code is same for everyone. That is already uniform. But civil matters
इसको
like
होस्ट बना देना है उसका होने के बाद इसको होस्ट बना देना
but the civil matters are not same across the country, and to bring all the civil matters on the same page for all, uniform civil code was proposed, and Uttarakhand has become the first state to do so. Okay, student. So with this, we are done with the discussion of today's GAT paper. Okay. Hopefully, all your doubts were solved. And even if you have any query, you can call on this number or you can connect to the teachers anytime. Okay, student, feel free to ask any query about it. So we had discussed all the 50 questions from 101 to 150, right? I will see you in the next session. Till then, take care and study well.
Hello, should I start, Mansi? शेयर कर दो मानसी
हाँ, रीनेम आ रहा है. हाँ, मैं होस्ट. जीनत मैम को बनाना है होस्ट.
यस
यस.
मेरा वॉइस ऑडिबल है Am I audible? Mansi, please share the question paper, na? Check. Mansi, are you there?
Hello, Zina ma'am.
Mansi, please share the question paper, dear. Am I
Paper
audible?
share कर दो.
Because I can't hear anyone. Hello.
इथं स्क्रीनवर शेअर कर म्हणतात ते.
Yeah, Mansi.
Zina ma'am. हेलो
Hello.
हेलो मैम आपको ही वो स्क्रीन शेयर करना पड़ेगा. अगर मैंने किया तो आप होस्ट नहीं रहेंगे.
हाँ चलेगा ना, मुझे कुछ मार्किंग करने की जरूरत नहीं है ना, बिकॉज मैंने फोन पे डाउनलोड किया नहीं है. यू कैन बिकम द होस्ट, आई एम नॉट मार्किंग एनीथिंग.
शेयर कर दी स्क्रीन और लाइव भी कर.
What? I didn't get. I'm not getting what you're saying. Just wait. I need to wait.
इधर ही इधर क्लॉक में नहीं देगा बंद करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है मैम स्टार्ट कर दो.
Okay, now you can make me the host. I've joined from the laptop. You can make me the host. Am I audible? Hello? Okay.
यस मैम.
Audible? Okay, you can make me the host. Okay. If you've shared the paper, it's fine. It's fine. नहीं मुझे चेंज करना है तो प्लीज मेक मी द होस्ट. ठीक है, मैं स्टार्ट करूं?
Yes ma'am, you can start.
क्वेश्चन पेपर मेरे को होस्ट नहीं बनाया, या फिर क्वेश्चन पेपर.
मैम आपको मैम अगर अभी आपको होस्ट बनाए तो स्क्रीन शेयर कैसा होगा.
सो स्क्रीन मतलब होस्ट. ठीक है, स्क्रीन शेयर करो फिर. मतलब पुट अप द
होस्ट
क्वेश्चन
बना
पेपर.
दूं क्या फिर.
हाँ,
ओके
क्वेश्चन पेपर डाल दो. इट्स फाइन, बट somebody शुड बी देयर. मुझे नीचे आई वोंट बी एबल टू डू इट ना. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन जाने के लिए
मैं हूँ मैम, मैं हूँ यहाँ पे।
है ना मानसी? ओके, ऑल राइट, पुट द क्वेश्चन पेपर ऑन।
जी जी मैम।
किधर है? हाँ, ओके, ऑल राइट। गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन। This is your English paper, as you all know, and let's solve it together. So, I think you must have solved it today. You just need to check your answers probably. So, let's start. Find suitable opposite meaning. Okay, opposite meaning. Now, opposite simply means antonym. So, in your English question paper, not necessary that they will say opposite meaning, they can ask antonym also. Now, the thing is that over here in caps, it is written opposite meaning. Sometimes in certain question papers, they will not write it in caps. So when they say find suitable opposite meaning, ये बहुत लोगों ने mistakes किया है synonym और antonyms में. Opposite meaning simply means what? Opposite find out करना है हमको, antonym find out करना है, ना कि meaning. Okay, it is simply opposite meaning simply means antonym. It is just to confuse you all. They give you this direction in a confused manner. So you need to be alert while reading your directions. Okay. So we need to find out the antonym, opposite for in toto. Okay. Now the problem with antonyms, I've already told you in class as well. Antonyms are the easiest to crack. Now, why is it easy? If you know the meaning of the word that is given, at that time it becomes very easy for us to crack the antonym. Okay. Now the problem here is that we don't know what is the meaning of the phrase that is given here in toto. Okay, in toto simply means what? Completely or full or entirely. It is, that is the meaning of in toto. We are supposed to find out what? We are supposed to find out the opposite of in toto. तो opposite कैसे मालूम पड़ेगा? Only when you know the meaning of in toto. Okay, in toto का meaning क्या है? Entirely. यहाँ पे आंसर दिया हुआ है. Okay, entirely. तो उसका antonym क्या होगा? Antonym अगर entirely या completely या full है तो then something which is half or partially. Okay, so the answer will be partially. तो question number 1 का आंसर है D, partially. What happened, my dear, to the question paper? Okay, D, partially. Okay, now the second question. So in toto, answer is D, partially. All right. Meaning क्या है? Meaning इसका entirely है. Antonym क्या है? मतलब opposite क्या है? Partially. Select the word which is the most. Okay, again we have opposites. The experience of COVID pandemic was excruciating. Okay, you need to find out the antonym for the word excruciating. Now again, excruciating का meaning क्या है? It simply means that बहुत painful है, बहुत painful मतलब extremely painful. Okay, इसका antonym ढूंढना है हमको. तो एंटोनिम अगर एक्सट्रीम पेनफुल, एक्सक्रोशिएटिंग, एक्सट्रीम पेनफुल है तो द एंटोनिम विल बी व्हाट? समथिंग व्हिच इज वेरी mild or light. Okay, so your answer will be C, mild. Next one, find suitable opposite meaning of the word rapid. Again, antonym we have to find out. This is very easy. We have discussed this in class. Excruciating भी पहले डिस्कस किया है, रैपिड भी पहले डिस्कस किया था हमने, इन टोटो डिस्कस नहीं किया है. ठीक है. ऑपोजिट ऑफ रैपिड क्या है? रैपिड का मतलब क्या है? यू ऑल नो द मीनिंग ऑफ रैपिड, इजंट इट? मीनिंग ऑफ रैपिड इज फास्ट. उसका एंटोनिम क्या है? स्लो. वेरी इजी. नेक्स्ट वन, ऑपोजिट इनवैल्यूएबल. ये भी हमने बहुत बार डिस्कस किया है. इनवैल्यूएबल का एक्चुअल मीनिंग क्या है? मीनिंग मीन्स समथिंग विच इज वेरी प्रेशियस. ओके, समथिंग विच इज प्रेशियस, समथिंग विच इज वेरी वैल्यूएबल. तो उसका ऑपोजिट क्या होगा? हमको ऑपोजिट ढूंढना है. ऑपोजिट एंटोनिम. सो एंटोनिम इज व्हाट? एंटोनिम इज worthless. Worthless will be the antonym. Okay, can we move to the fifth question? Mansi? Mansi, fifth question. Yeah, so the fifth question is, out of the 4 alternatives suggested, choose the one which best expresses the opposite. Again, we have to find out the antonym for traditional. Traditional. Remember, we have discussed this avant-garde. Foreign words में हमने ये discuss किया था avant-garde. I hope you all remember that avant-garde. Okay, all right. Now traditional, traditional का Traditional का मतलब क्या है? Something which is, we have to find out the meaning for traditional, right? Okay, yeah. So, no, we have to find out the, sorry, antonym for traditional. So traditional means what? We all know what is traditional. Something which is purana, old. Okay, antique, old, something ancient is traditional. तो उसका एंटोनिम क्या हो सकता है? मॉडर्न होना चाहिए. तो मॉडर्न यहाँ पे अभी प्रेजेंट, फ्रेश, अनयूजुअल, अवंतगार्ड है. तो अवंतगार्ड इज व्हाट? इट सिंपली मींस दैट समथिंग व्हिच इज मॉडर्न. ओके, तो हमारा आंसर क्या होगा? सी होगा, अवंतगार्ड. ओके, ऑल राइट. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, मानसी. Yes, question number 6 to 15. Okay, I think we have a closed test. Yes, I already told you what is a closed test, isn't it? So from 1 to 7, I think blanks you have. You have a closed test over here. Okay, now let's move on. An archaeologist studies the, I think options are there. Mansi, options के तरफ जाओ, then I'll have to take my question paper. Wait. Okay, I'll just check on my question paper. Where's mine? Okay. 1 to 10 तक तुम्हारा question है. You all have your questions there. Okay, I'm just checking on my question paper. An archaeologist studies the dash, and from the dash he finds he's able to. Okay, at a glance, if you see, you will understand that it is talking something about history. Okay, at a glance, if you look at the closest, you will find out that it is talking something about history. So let's move on to the first question. Find the best suitable option out of rocks, history, past, future to fill in the above passage. So you'll need to read the passage. An archaeologist studies the, what does he study? What does an archaeology actually study? An archaeologist actually studies history, isn't it? So obviously our answer will be what? C. Okay, find the suitable option. It will be C. Yeah, it will be C. All right, next one. Find the best suitable option out of witness, evidence, knowledge, matters. Okay, from the above passage. Again, you'll have to go back. And from the blank he finds, he is able to blank daily lives of men. Okay, so obviously he's an archaeologist. So you have to try to connect the dots in close test. Okay, so an archaeologist, he's studying history. Now, why is he studying history? Probably he wants to do some kind of research, or he wants to discover something. So for discovery, what he needs to understand, he's actually discovering something from the past. So he will require some kind of proof or evidence. तो हमारा seventh answer क्या होगा यहाँ पे? Evidence होगा. Evidence is the best suited over here. So he uses evidence. Why does he use the evidence? He wants to use the evidence to understand the past, because he's an archaeologist, isn't it? He's studying about history, so obviously he wants to learn about the past. So evidence will be your answer. He finds he's able to dash the daily lives. So third one, find the best. So we have create, build up, rebuild, reconstruct. So probably yeah, not probably. The answer should be reconstruct the daily life from findings. So he is reconstructing the daily life from findings. Okay, the daily lives of men and women who lived thousands of years ago. He's reconstructing it. Okay, he makes a dash study of those things which those men and women left dash them. Okay, so scientific. So obviously it will be scientific. He makes a scientific study. Obviously he's doing a research, so it would be a scientific research. Find the best suitable option out of behind, under, below. So the answer will be behind, things left behind. So when you're learning something about, I'm so sorry, when you're learning something about history, obviously you will try to get evidence from the past. So how do you get evidence from the past? From the people who have already left things behind. Those are the traditional people, the ancient people who have left things behind. Okay. Where are we? Okay, find the best suitable options for weapon, bullets. Okay, what's the question? From the dash, he judges the size of the animals and their owners. So from what is he? Weapons. Okay, because obviously we know that during traditional times, sorry, during ancient times, we did not have any kind of tech, isn't it? There was no technology, but people relied on animals and weapons a lot. Okay, so from the weapons, that is why weapons, so that he will understand that how these people were hunting. Okay, their owners could kill from their tools. He learns what, so seventh one. Find the best suitable options to fill in. Products, knowledge, crafts. Crafts means what? Why crafts? Because crafts will show they had mastered. So crafts will show what skills they have, isn't it? From their pots, needles, and combs, he dashed the domestic skills of their work. So women folk. So who uses needles and combs? Obviously, it is related to domestic life. Means what? At those times, women were not women were much dependent on men, and they were not independent like the modern time. So obviously women folk were using the needles and combs because it is related to women's domestic life. And the last one will be account of human evolution going back some 500,000 years ago. That will be reliable. That is because of a reliable account of human evolution. So your answer for that will be, so 12th will be crafts, 13th, where is it? Yeah, 14th will be women, and 13th, oh, sorry, I did not discuss 13th. Find the best options. Okay, judges criticize, sorry. 10th, where is the 13th one? Count of human evolution going back. We don't have a 13th. Okay, 13th is missing from the, I don't have the 13th in my list. Anyways, okay, maybe it should be, according to what we have in our paragraph, it should be criticizes asses. I think it should be asses because they're talking about domestic skills. So it should be asses, I think somewhere. 13th and 14th is missing, 14th and 15th. Okay. All right. I hope you all got the answers. Now we move on. 16th question. Okay. Out of all, we are moving on to the 16th question. Mansi, I'm looking at my question paper because then it'll become a problem for you. That's why. Okay. Anyways, I'm moving on. Out of all, after all, this is the dash school in the city. Okay, these are certain grammar that you have to use. Okay, general grammar questions. I think from 16 to 24 you have all general grammar questions. Just let's see, what is that? Out of all this, out of all, this is the dash school in the city. Famousest, famous, more famous, most famous. Okay, this we have already discussed. What is this one? It should be most famous because of superlative, isn't it? We are comparing one with so many other schools in the city. So out of all, this is the most famous. क्यों most famous आया? क्योंकि we are comparing one school with the other schools in the city. So your correct answer will be what? Most. Do we have famous here? Yeah. Okay. Most famous. Yeah. So your answer will be most famous. D. Okay. Out of all, this is the most famous school in the city because we are comparing. So use superlative. Okay. All right. Next one, select whichever word you consider most appropriate for the blank. Okay. To explain his design to his visitors, the architect dash a simple plan on the blackboard. Okay. This is very easy. Built, sketched, arranged, finalized. You have to find a appropriate word for this. So if it's an architect, what is he going to do? He has done something on the blackboard. Obviously, he can't build anything. Obviously, he's not going to finalize. D तो पहले ही चला गया है, A भी चला गया है. बचा क्या? B or C. So if you're doing something on the blackboard, obviously it's going to be sketch, isn't it? That makes sense over there. Okay, that means to draw. Sketch का मतलब क्या है? Roughly कुछ plan बना या draw करना. Okay, plan banana या draw करना. Okay, that is called as sketched. Okay, all right. Let's move on. Question number 18. So sketched यहाँ पे क्या है? Verb है. तो you'll have to put a verb here. Okay. Okay. Choose the correct alternative out of the four. She dash made him angry. Okay. Has certainly. Have certainly. All the helping verbs have come over here. You need to understand कौन सा auxiliary verb. मैंने ये किया था when we were doing word class. मैंने ये सिखाया था. Auxiliary verb कौन सा आना चाहिए यहाँ पे? She dash made him angry. She have certainly made him. I think it should be D. Yes, have D present perfect में आना चाहिए. She have certainly made him angry. Yes, क्योंकि has okay, it's a general truth. So she have certainly made him angry will be the correct answer. Okay, auxiliary verb have आना चाहिए. Okay, all right. Yes, certainly is in present perfect. Okay. Next one. So your answer for 18 is D. Okay. Next, choose the correct alternative out of the four. Octopus are mostly shy. Octopus are mostly shy and dash harmless to human beings. Rarely, completely, generally, mainly. Okay. So octopus are mostly shy and harmless to human beings generally. The answer would be generally they are shy. Okay, because mostly है ना यहाँ पे तो mostly के साथ generally आएगा. That is making more sense to this sentence. Okay. Next, the man was absorbed. Okay, this you know. The man was absorbed in his work. Obviously, it is in. Answer will be in. Okay, that is the correct answer there. At with कुछ भी नहीं आ सकता है. We have discussed this one in prepositions. Ram, Ramator and Sons are the famous dealers of sugar and wheat. Okay, already I already gave the answer of sugar and wheat. Okay, off will be the correct क्योंकि dealers है तो off, yeah, off will come. Okay, dealers, yeah, so off will be the correct answer. Okay, dealers in भी सही है लेकिन the most dealers okay, off will be the apt answer over here. Okay. In also can be used, but since they've given off, move on with off. If off agar kabhi diya nahi gaya to in can also be used. She dashed her energy and started shouting only when she heard question number 22. She dashed her energy and started shouting only when she heard the noise of bulldozers and cranes. Okay, so she, okay, this we know, I think so. Conserved her energy. You always conserve your energy, right? So conserve means you're saving your energy. Okay, so answer will be C, 22C. 23, question number 23. Madhu has not been able to recall where. Okay, this is again very easy. I think we've already discussed this. Madhu has not been able to recall where she lived. Okay, subject verb agreement ka hai. She lived आएगा D. Question number 23 का answer है D. She lived. Now, the hunter killed, question number 24. The hunter killed 2 dash for dinner. Okay, this is very easy. ये क्या है? Homophones का question है ये. Fla, fall, fool, foul. Okay, it will be FOWL. Okay, FOWL simply means birds. Okay, fool or foul आएगा नहीं, ये homophones नहीं आएगा. ठीक है, foul. The hunter killed 2 fowl. Fowl का मतलब है bird. Okay, B is the answer. 25. Mrs. Hall was prepared to excuse the scientist's strange habits and temper. Okay. Question number 25. ये क्या है? Irate will be your answer. IRATE, irate. Irate का मतलब क्या है? It simply means angry. Angry, गुस्सा. Okay, temper. That is the meaning of it. So, irate will be the answer. Mrs. Hall was prepared to excuse the scientist's strange habits and irate. Yeah, that will be the correct one. Okay. For the sentence that is given, irate is the correct answer there. Okay, बाकी हम डाल नहीं सकते हैं. Irate is more strong. Irritation, irritate, irritable ये सब angry के family में ही आता है. लेकिन according to the context that is given here, irate is the correct answer. Question number 26, my dear. I had a feeling that I was unable to speak due to sadness as I watched the casket of the fallen soldier return home. What are you supposed to do here? Okay, idiom. Okay, feeling that I was unable to speak due to sadness. It's an idiom. It's an idiom. Answer will be 26. Answer will be C, lump in the throat. Okay. He was pulled up by the director of the company. Pulled up, ये हमने डिस्कस किया था पहले भी. रिप्रिमांड ये दोनों हमने डिस्कस किया था. फ्रेज भी डिस्कस किया था, रिप्रिमांड भी हमने डिस्कस किया था. आंसर फॉर क्वेश्चन नंबर 27 is C. That made a mockery. Made a mockery is the idiom. Question number 28, made a mockery. Mockery of what? It's a mockery of justice. So something related to, yeah, so it looks ridiculous, whereas made the system look ridiculous. Okay, system Look ridiculous. So question number 28 is D. Question number 29, keep an open house. Keep an open house is B. Welcome all members. Welcome all members. क्वेश्चन नंबर 30, स्क्वायर पेग इन अ राउंड होल, ये हमने बहुत बार डिस्कस किया है. मिसफिट, दिस इज व्हाट मिसफिट. स्क्वायर पेग इन अ राउंड होल इज misfit. Okay, means somebody who doesn't fit in. Okay, now question number 31, सबको पता है, the most easiest one where you can score marks, ordering of sentences, PQ. ओके, S1 S6 नहीं है इसमें. क्वेश्चन नंबर 31 का आंसर डी है, RQSP. 32 का सो कैसे आएगा, कैसे बताना है क्या? कंसर्न, वी आर कंसर्न, पहले कंसर्न आएगा, उसके बाद फिर कंसर्न, उसके बाद एलिगेशंस, उसके बाद मॉनिटरिंग, वैसा आएगा द फ्लो ऑफ द क्वेश्चन. ओके, आई मीन द फ्लो ऑफ द आंसर. क्वेश्चन नंबर 32, सिंगिंग साउंड मेलोडियस, इससे स्टार्ट होगा ऑब्वियसली. SPQRC. Question number 32, C is the answer. Question number 33. It was a Friday morning. 1, 2, 3, 4 के हिसाब से है. You have 1 and 6. So, okay. S1 and S6 है यहाँ पे. So, question number 33 will be PRSQ. And question number 34, again, you have S1 and S6 format में RSQP. That will be... Question number 34 will be RSQP. C. RSQP. Okay. Question number 35. Where is the options? PR. PQRS. Where is 35, children? 35 के options किधर है? I can't find the options for 35. Oh yeah, it's here. P. So it will be QSRP. Question number 35. Yes, it is QS and R. P. Question number 35. Okay. All right. That is D. Question number 35 का answer D होगा. Okay. Now next one is spot the error. Okay. 36 is spot the error. First one, error. I have not fallen. Okay. Very, very easy, children. Very, very easy, isn't it? 36 is option. कौन सा है? Should be. I had not fallen ill. A में error है, isn't it? Yes. So option A में error है. So your answer will be what? B. 36 का आंसर B होगा. ओके, ऑप्शन ए में एरर है. ओके, B है. I not fallen ill, it is not correct, isn't it? कैसा मतलब? सब्जेक्ट, no, it's not this one. Yeah, not नहीं आ सकता है उधर, isn't it? Yeah. Question number 37. Employees are working from home. Okay. To minimize time in crowded, no error. Employees are working from home. Shoppers are ordering groceries. To minimize time in crowded spaces. A में error होगा. To minimize time in crowded spaces. Question number 37. A में error होगा. Next one. Okay. She is not taller. She's not taller as her older brother, but she's equally okay. Question number 38. You know this one, not as tall as. मैंने already ये बताया था while we were learning pronoun के इसमें मैंने बताया था as tall as beautiful as. already ये हमने पढ़ा था. 38 D में error है. Okay, as taller, as tall as आना चाहिए. 39. Question number 39. B में error है. I didn't knew नहीं है. क्यों? Because past tense में problem है. Didn't know है, isn't it? It should be didn't know. We have done this also. Question number 39. Didn't know. Very easy, spot the error. Okay. All right. The sentence has been divided into 3. What is this? Question number is this one. Okay. Question number. Okay. So now we move on to D. No, question 41. Okay. 41 to 45. Where is this? Okay. Question number 41. Okay. You have a paragraph. And according to the author, why should one study? Okay. Question number 41 is your comprehension. From 41 to 45, you have your comprehension. Okay. So the first one, question number 41, answer is C. Question number 42, too much of study, sloth. Okay, it reflects idleness. Why does the author not recommend too much of study? Because it reflects idleness. Okay, that is 42. 42 will be D. 43 will be B, by experience. 44 will be cunning. Cunning ka matlab kya hai? Some crafty men. Crafty men is cunning. Okay, so 44 is D. 45, evaluate and understand. That will be, according to the author, one should read to evaluate and uh, understand. Now we move on to question number 46. That is, I suppose it is synonyms. Adulation. Adulation means somebody who is praising a lot. So यहाँ पे praise, ये हमने पढ़ा था पहले भी. Praise का मतलब क्या है? Flattery. Okay. Where should I go? 46 है ना ये? Okay, 47. Next one is the given item consists of sentence. Okay. Before I could make out anything, he had spoken. Okay, anything, find out है, anything है? Anything. Okay, answer will be find out. So he had spoken, find out. Anything का synonym क्या होगा? Find out होगा. Okay, means to understand something. Next one is, you have to again find out the synonym. The itinerary. Oh, this is very easy. Itinerary, हमने itinerary. What does it mean by itinerary? It simply means schedule of the group's visit to the hills. It is schedule. Okay. Find the, okay, again हमने ये सब synonym discuss किया है बच्चों. Amiable, attractive, disagreeable, acrimonious, ये सब हमने discuss किया है. Options भी discuss किया है, question भी discuss किया है. Amiable का मतलब हमने homonyms में भी discuss किया था. Difference between amiable and amicable discuss किया था. Amiable simply means what? Somebody who's very friendly का क्या हो सकता है यहाँ पे? Attractive. Okay. Next one, oh my god, very important. Benevolence, हमने बहुत बार discuss किया है. Benevolence simply means what? Kind. Benevolence, malevolence. मैंने 5 M discuss किया था. 5 M. I hope you all remember. Malign, malignant, malevolence, malicious. ये सब हमने discuss किया था. उसके साथ हमने benevolence discuss किया था for antonym purpose and synonym purpose. तो benevolence simply means what? Kindness. Okay. I think this is the end of the question paper. Okay, so we've discussed 50 questions. Thank you, everyone. All the best for your next exam. Mansi, it's done, huh? Mansi?
Okay, ma'am. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, bye. Yeah.